Hi there and welcome to this edition on my live stream for how to blow a limiting belief out of the water. Now, I'm actually creating leverage and I'm automating the knowledge that I have here because I'm wanting to build my wealth empire. So this is just one demonstration of how I will be doing this. You see, I'm going live to a page on Facebook that only has 2 people in it. And the chances are that both those 2 people do not need to be watching this live. But these people are very, very important to me because one is a videographer and the other one I have outsourced to a lady who is helping me to design leading pages, sales pages, and a website that is going to lead people to be able to conquer any of the programs that I offer, one of them being how to blow a limiting belief out of the water. So what I'm about to show you is a demonstration on how this works. So the first thing that you need to understand is that a limiting belief is just an idea, just a thought that we have made up in our mind. Now, we've come across this limiting belief because obviously we have this little birdie in our ear saying, you can't do that, you're not good enough, you're not young enough, you're not old enough, you're not rich enough, you're not smart enough, and so the list goes on. We all have limiting beliefs, but one thing is for sure, every single one actually goes back to the past. Now, in this case, I am leveraging a specialized limiting belief that is directed to a specific client. Now, this client is currently in the throes of actually 10xing her life and becoming the most successful, focused, and most peaceful, present person she possibly can be. But the problem is that she is having a problem mastering time. So she actually describes her time as being all over the place, like a chicken running around without a head. She describes that this actual feeling makes her feel as if she is so caught up in so much busyness she cannot concentrate. So she is wrestling with herself and mindlessly doing things that are causing her to lose track of time, and because she might be mindlessly scrolling through Facebook in her case. So she's scrolling through Facebook, and then because she is in this kind of a spiral where she's not doing the things that are actually income producing activities, and because she's all over the place, what's happening is this chicken without a head that is mindlessly scrolling through Facebook and then leading to her behaviors, which is that she is overeating or eating at random times. So this is leading to behaviors. So we don't quite know what the cause of the problem is, but usually the cause of the problem comes back to something that the subconscious mind is trying to actually deal with. Now, when I asked the client, and in this case for you may be able to consider what it is that is holding you back from really being the best version of you. So are you caught up in a spiral effect where you're not moving forward, you're not achieving the things that you really want to achieve? And in this lady's case, she wants to be able to conquer this problem over here, and she wants to become present, she wants to become still, she wants peace, she wants clarity, And she wants to be able to get things done in a timely fashion. Now, wouldn't that be good? Now, one thing you can absolutely be guaranteed of is that when you are actually doing something that is self-sabotaging, let me promise you one thing. You are not deliberately self-sabotaging so you can destroy the chances of being successful or destroy the chances of getting to that rank that you want in your company, or destroying the chances of having the relationship that you know that you deserve, or even destroying the chances of having the life that you want. When we are doing these self-sabotaging things, we need to firstly ask ourselves the question, what are the actual behaviors? So running around like a chicken without a head, doing things mindlessly, so not being focused, scrolling through Facebook, overeating, and doing all those kinds of things. When in the perfect world, this person wants to have peace, wants to have clarity, and wants to have the presence to be able to achieve what they want. Now, I'm going to show you how you can actually conquer this pattern. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to consider what is the self-sabotaging belief that is holding you back. And I would like you to imagine that it comes out on one of your hands. And as you bring this out, I would like you to ask yourself the question, what does it look like? Now, this could be just in your own mind. So figuratively speaking, when you are imagining in your imagination what that situation is and how you're behaving, you may be able to see some kind of a symbol, some kind of a representation, because really it could just be a big black cloud. It could be chains, it could be shackles. You can bet your bottom dollar it's not actually going to be you behaving the way you are, going through the full self-awareness of your behaviors, your environment, and all the things you're telling yourself. So I want you to pull out your hand and actually identify what it is that is holding you back, self-sabotaging you from your ultimate success. Now imagine what that looks like. Now I've had people tell me anything from a dark blob to chains, to a cage, to a horrendous mountain that just seems like it is impossible to climb. Okay, so I want you to just think about that. Now, as you work out what that looks like, I want you to think about what it feels like. So as you consider what that feels like, I know for this person, it was something that was really constricting. So because we are dealing with this whole situation where we're running around like a headless chicken, we are all over the place, mindlessly just going with whatever comes our way. That's called living on the effect of life. And whilst you just allow yourself to be caught up in that situation, let me guarantee you one thing. You are just at the mercy of your subconscious that is just allowing you to mindlessly move down that old road. So now it's time to identify what does that look like. And then I want you to identify what it feels like. Like if you touched it, does it feel hot? Does it feel cold? Does it feel hard? Does it feel constricting? And I would like you to write that down on a piece of paper. Now I would like you to work out what is the purpose of this situation. Now in this person's case, the purpose was actually so that she could be so much in this spin that she would sabotage herself so she wouldn't do anything. Now that's pretty clever when you think about it. Imagine that. Your subconscious mind is so big on, actually, let me just see if I can make this a little brighter in here. So your subconscious mind is so focused on you being in a situation where you need to be protected that what happens is it sabotages you. It actually puts you into a position where you are so all over the place, like a train wreck, that it prevents you from succeeding. That's pretty clever, don't you think? So when now you have the purpose, what you need to understand is that that part needs to be on one hand. So the purpose of it is, in this person's case, it is to actually cause her to be in a situation where she doesn't do anything. Now notice that that then puts her in a position where she can actually achieve what the subconscious mind thought was being present, being still, because she's not doing anything. You see what I'm saying, guys? That's how it works. Okay, so now the next part is to look on the opposite side. So what is on the opposite side? So let's say on this side, we may see, and in this person's case, she sees a turquoise colour. Okay, so that's what she sees. So on this side, there is a turquoise colour. And where she feels it is in her heart. So this is, on the other hand, a turquoise colour, and it's in the heart. That's where the feeling is. And I want you to begin to identify what the purpose is for this side to want to have this peace, the clarity, the presence, and the stillness. And in this case, this lady says that she wants to be able to have the power to help people, to help others become unstuck. So the purpose for her to be able to be more able to do things in a timely fashion, to be more focused, to be more present, to have clarity, is so that she can help others. And now you have identified over here on this side, you have this darkness. And over here, you have the feeling of just feeling, in this case, like she's just in this great big circle of confusion. And so comparing the two, now you can identify that the purpose for this side is so she can actually get people unstuck and help people move forward. What is the purpose that you could think of for your solution? Do you actually want to succeed in your life so that you can move forward and you can perhaps, you know, be the greatest family member? You can help your family, you can help your friends. What is it that you know that's going to be better about this side of the coin? And then on that side, what was it that was actually causing you to play out that part? Now, actually being able to separate the parts from yourself is the biggest powerful part of this whole system, because you were not born in confusion, nor were you born successful. You came into the world, and as a result, you are dealing with these two parts. Now, what I'd like you to do is I would like you to make sure that down the middle of the page, and I am going to include a script, so you can look at that script and you can go through this yourself. And as you see the two sides, I want you then to get your two hands and face them together. Now, what if we could build a bridge so that you could actually bring the conscious mind, which is the conscious side, is saying, I want to be focused, I want all of these things, and the unconscious, which is the autopilot, the mindless, repetitive, automated situation that's just happening automatically. What if you could actually bring them together? Wouldn't that be absolutely amazing? Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So I would like you, when you have gone through and you have systematically asked yourself, what is the problem? And once you have discovered that problem, then ask yourself, what would I rather? What is it that I really want? Now, once you've done that, I want you then to look at this side and ask yourself, what is the purpose behind me sabotaging that success? And then once you've done that, for what reason, what intention will it give you? And it could be, like in this person's case, the ability to actually do nothing. And that was the actual linchpin. What is the purpose? So once you have asked yourself these questions, then you find out that what you want on the rational side, on the side that is conscious, you can then understand what it is that is the similar process, the purpose that they both have in common. Because as you can see, there is a common purpose. So the whole behavior system of being a mindless, headless chook and just overeating and doing all those things was so she would be paralyzed. And in that moment of acknowledgement, there is power. However, on this side, to have the focus, to have the presence, to have the clarity, as two parts see each other and actually begin to identify it, just allow both to magically come together, almost like it's like a magnetic attraction. Now, once you have brought those two parts together, bring it into yourself, take in a deep breath and release. So now that is what we call a parts integration. So I am going to attach the script so you can go through this part, and once you have separated the two parts, you've got one part coming out on one hand and the other on the other, and make sure you have a very distinct decision on which hand which one is going. Your negative goes on one hand, your positive goes on the other, and then as you recognize the similarities, the purpose behind the sabotage, and then you just get them to talk to each other and they come together, that's when you have full alignment. Did you know that is the only reason that people actually feel the way they do in their life? Because there is an disalignment, there is an incongruency. However, when we make the conscious and the subconscious mind congruent and we fully align them together, that's when we can walk in our mission, in our purpose. That's when we can go to the next level. My name's Terry Messenger. This is just one particular way you can break free of a limiting belief, and you can use this formula for absolutely anything in your life, and you can always come back and revisit it. I hope you've enjoyed this sequence, and I will talk to you soon. Remember, greatness awaits you.